All right, for sure.
No, we streaming though.
We live. We
Yeah,
live.
hey,
we
but I
live.
wanted to ask you a question. I'd like to know what your reaction would be. Let's say down the road you make a sample pack,
Okay.
and with that sample pack comes folders with samples, but it also comes with a demo track, and the demo track demonstrates like what comes in with the sample pack, right? And you know that you're gonna go and like release this right to the public for people to use the samples and shit.
But you're releasing the demo track as well with the sample pack, right?
Well. Let's just keep it in your perspective. You're the person that owns the sample pack, right? And let's say like a week later or two, or let's say 3 months later down the road, you see the demo track officially released on like a big label from another artist. How would you feel?
Did I release the demo pack or the demo track in the pack?
In the pack. Well, yeah, it's like it's like actually in the sample pack, and another artist didn't even like let's say the artist did even actually
Nothing.
use the samples, but they just recreated the whole demo track and established it as theirs. How would you, as like the person that made that sample pack and threw in that demo track, and you came across an official label release and it had a demo track that you like, you know what I'm saying? Like, where's my credits and shit? Or it's like
So,
I'm just this is just
look.
me like freestyling like my reaction off the bat if I was like in that situation. Because there was a situation that happened with a recent producer, and a lot of people I kept getting a lot of like point of views of like from that producer or like from the public, but I was wondering like, dude, how does this company that made this sample pack or like how does the rights holder of the sample pack feel about an artist like legit using their demo track as an official release for a big like? How would you feel, bro? Like I just want to know how would you feel as a rights holder?
So look, okay. So, homeboy bought my sample pack. So, he did exactly what I told him to do with my sample pack.
Do you want people to release your demo tracks you want artists to grab your demo track and release it as their own? Is that what you want?
If I'm not using that track, look,
it's crazy.
Fuck, bro.
This is all new like territory.
This is new territory.
This is all shit that like I feel you. Like that's crazy. Like,
you know what? For the guy who did it, shit. I'm all for you, bro. Like, congratulations. Like, nah, bro, I'm all for the scammers and get yours where you can, fam. Like, it's hard to make a living out here, bro. Like, and if someone just gave you the blueprint. If someone just gave me the blueprint and then gave me all the tools and said, hey, follow my blueprint, and it worked, you feel me? Like, okay, but
I feel that.
Like,
I feel that
you
side.
told me to do this. You said, look, here's the demo track. Go make the whole track. I did. Doing exactly what you told me to do.
I mean, if you're saying that in a description as a rights holder of a sample pack, then I guess there's no beef.
What's
like Afrojack, bro? No beef.
Why is there a demo track?
I guess if I were to include a demo track in a sample pack, I would throw it in there to show as an example what you can make with the sample pack.
That's the demo, and he made the final.
But what if the final is the exact same replica of the demo? No changes or nothing, bro.
Look, I can tell you right now, based off of those two tracks that I heard, there's a difference. There's a mixing and mastering difference for sure.
Okay, I can believe
100% for sure.
I can believe that.
And you just said, I'm releasing it as a demo. That means it's not a final. That means it's
yes,
it's a demo. It's a demo. No, at the end of the day, I created a demo. Yes, I created a demo. What is a demo?
Not a final product.
All right, there we go. Homeboy created the final product.
That sounded just like the demo.
That you told him to do from releasing this sample pack and putting this demo track. I'm basically telling you, hey, make final versions of this using my elements. I mean, like, he did. Okay, look, in a sense, bro, in an honest sense, he did nothing wrong, right? Nothing like.
Who are we talking about again?
The guy that created the track and released it on the label. Like, for making that track, in a court way, bro, like I don't see him getting in trouble for that. Like you can't sue him. Like you didn't.
No, well, like if there's nothing like in fine terms, like again, like
What Homeboy
how
should
does
have
that?
done is took that demo track, made it into a real track, and then been like, "Oh no, you can't do that. I have the real track. Like I have the final track or something like that." But if that's just a demo track and you were just leaving it to the ether, bro. I mean,
So are you saying that every sample pack and like rights holder, when they release sample packs, they're saying, "Hey, here's the demo track and here's the samples." But if you release your final, that's how the demo track sounds. It's all cool.
let me tell.
Like you think, like I don't get that from a sample pack when I'm like messing around with sample packs. Like, if there's a demo, I'm seeing it as like okay.
That's how you think of it, though. That's how you're thinking of it, though.
Well, the demo tracks that are using these sample packs.
Demo tracks aren't supposed to be banging ass fucking. It's just supposed to show you what's in my sample pack. Now you fucked up by putting out this long ass banger ass fucking demo for people to say, okay, I'm just gonna copy that. Literally, that's what a demo's for, to utilize, to show you how I can utilize these samples. Okay, you literally just showed me how to utilize your pack. I'm gonna utilize your pack exactly how you're telling me to utilize your pack. Like I get that, bro.
Okay.
I can honestly get like I said,
is that
bro.
You interpret like when you like is that how you interpret
Me,
sample
no,
pack?
but I can see how someone could interpret that.
But like
Just because I interpret things one way doesn't mean everyone else is gonna interpret things the way I interpret it. Some people are gonna interpret things however the fuck they want to. Some people didn't grow up saying didn't grow up in music. The music industry don't have buddy. Some people are like, okay, well, you just gave me a pack, royalty free, and you put a track in there, royalty free, because I can't download this track. Or I can't download this pack if that track is not royalty free. You feel me? Like you don't put in a royalty free demo. Like if that's the case. But like no, like in a full sense, bro.
I get what you're saying. Like with that shit.
Yeah, bro. You literally just gave people a track and said, "Hey, you could use it wherever the fuck you want. It's royalty free." That's what you did, as long as I bought the pack. That's exactly what that person did. If you don't want that track being used somewhere where you don't want it, don't put it in a fucking demo pack. Is all I'm gonna say. Because he basically just put it on a royalty free website and said, "All right, you can use this track anywhere for free now." I don't care. That's basically what he did. So Homeboy was like, "Okay, well, I can monetize it. Let me go somewhere and monetize it." And that's what he did. He found somewhere where he could monetize it.
Wait, this is a specific case?
No, that's what Homeboy just did.
Which one?
The guy that just released that shit on the label. That's exactly what he just did. He saw that you put in a demo track in your sample pack, right?
Wait, I think we're talking about you're talking about a guy producer, right?
Whoever the producer was. I don't know who the producer was. I don't. It's two fucks who the producer is. Like,
right.
But I'm just saying, like, in a whole, bro. Like, I put a demo track in a pack for you to download it, and if as long as you bought it, you're able to use this anywhere. Those are the terms for when you download a demo pack. When you download packs, bro, do you now have to fucking when you send it to your distributor, do you have to credit where you got the samples at?
Most of the times now.
Because it's royalty free.
Yeah.
That track was in the royalty free pack. So you just gave me so even if I didn't recreate the beat, even if I just grabbed that same track and chose to go to a label as my distributor, because all a label is a distributor at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. They're distributing your track for you. That's all he did. He took your royalty-free track that he could use and monetize and took it to a distribution where they're going to monetize it for him. Mm-hmm. That's what he did. And is that wrong?
As an artist that you claim that you seem to be making like your own shit, then yeah, I think it is wrong.
He said it was his own shit?
Yeah, like I mean, if you're officially releasing
that's not what it means.
As your own, and you're calling yourself, you know, every artist is unique, right? And I think if you're gonna be making your own like unique artist persona, I can see a producer just like another music producer doing that. But if you're an artist, like
He's a producer.
I just don't. I just think that
I
can
get
see
it.
something being a lot more different than just a demo track, because people can just go to the sample pack. It's hard for me to find the artistry, I guess, in that execution, because I'm looking at the final track.
And you're looking for artistry. Homeboy that did what he did, he's not looking for artistry, bro. That's not what he's looking for. He's looking for the come up, the clout. That's what he's looking for. He doesn't give two fucks about the artistry. Mm-hmm. Legit 2 fucks about the artistry. He likes the clout, the look, and he wants to monetize this shit. He wants to make money. Mm-hmm. That's all. That person who did what they did, that's all they're looking at. And I get it. We want to say like, oh, but that's not an artist and shit like that. No, it's not. So as an artist, now I should protect my shit. Like, so the person who created that sample pack, if they're an artist and they cared about their artistry enough, I mean, like, not to say like, damn, I shouldn't have fucking put this dope ass demo track in a pack. You feel me? Like, it's not to say that, but it's like, damn, like, okay, moving forward, yeah, it was fucked up. Like, it's not how it's supposed to be done, so right?
So like, you'd see it more of like, okay, like for the next time, I definitely got to find like a protection layer. Like, if I do want to get, if like for any reason I want to find any accreditation to whatever execution that was, like finding that protection layer for like any future like situations like that.
Say, you get this unreleased track in this pack, or you get this one of my tracks in this pack. Don't call it a demo track, and put it in a pack for them to download. Mm-hmm. You feel me? Sometimes there's a demo track right on their SoundCloud, but that's just the demo track for them to like click in to go to the actual pack. Right. It's not for them to download. That track isn't for them to download. Right. Like, and that's how you could go about it. You know, you don't need that demo track in the pack. Right. You feel me? Like, he could have made that track his own. If he would have made it a track like blah 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 dash and then the track name and then put it in the pack, that's different. You feel me? Like, if it had a title name and it was said it was by this person, it's already a track now. Instead of it being demo track. You feel me? Mm-hmm. It's a demo. Like, yeah, bro, like, it wasn't finished. You just told us it wasn't finished. Like, and you gave it out for free, so that idea is not even. I get it though, like. So like I guess like from like your standpoint, you wouldn't necessarily care if you had seen like. No, that's not from my standpoint. That's not from my standpoint. No, I'm saying from I could see why other people are doing that shit, because, bro, I just found a loophole, pretty much. Right. No. Yeah. Well, from like, the other. Yeah. Yeah. From that guy. That's why I could see it, like, it happening. Like, there's people out there that are doing even fucking grimier shit. So I'm just like, damn. All right. Well, how do we? At this point, like, damn it. I don't know. Like, how do you feel about it? Well, I was gonna say, would it be fair for the rights holder to ask for credit? Who's the rights holder? Well, like, it could be the artist. Who's the rights holder, bro? Well, it could be the artist of the company. Like that. Let's just look at it like as a general. Like, okay. Like, from the rights holder perspective. When I buy the pack, I'm the rights holder now, fam. I bought the pack. I hold the rights now. I bought it. It's mine now. That's what buying packs are. Right. Royalty. He did nothing wrong. Like, literally, from an artistry standpoint, I get it, bro. Like, I get it. I'm gonna laugh at it, bro. I'm like, cause it's my fault, bro. I'm like, oh yeah. I mean, it's if you have nothing placed that like protects like copywriting, I guess that sound, the audio identity, then yeah, like anyone can just. Anyone can just step in and bully in and be like, yeah, fuck, it's mine now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get where you're coming from. Like, I think that's like those situations definitely opens up a lot of like the blind areas and this kind of territory. Because I learned a lot too from a lot of that shit. I'm like, damn, like I thought about it. Like, if I was like in the producer situation and like the person that made the sample or the label that made the sample, I'm like, damn, like, how would I have felt if I had made a sample pack, right? And I threw in a demo there. And like, again, like, I probably didn't even think much of like maybe adding like a protection layer or like a description saying, hey, just a sample is like royalty free. Like, don't release the demo. Like, if I didn't do it, like, everything was just loose, right? And I saw like the demo track as an official release on like a big ass label from another artist. Like, I don't know how, like,
I'm not too sure what kind of emotions I'd encounter from that. Like would it be fair, like as someone like me to like reach out to that artist and be like, hey, like
I reach out to the label
or like reach out to whoever's like now in charge of that, be like, hey, like I think
whoever's distributing
I think I should get credited. Like, you think that's fair?
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, like,
I get you though. Like people that know how the music business is will take advantage of the situations.
Of music business.
And that's like a key word, because there's a lot of producers and artists out there that are like doing their thing right. They're building their followings, creating catalog, but it's like those music business situations where if you don't know how to like have your music copyrighted or don't know how to word like certain agreements, like when you release sample packs, like there's a lot of things that we've seen shit come into play.
Because like the way like I don't know that, and the thing is like I'm laughing, like kind of like smiling and giggling about it is because like I don't know like entirely if he could even get in trouble for doing that, because like say you copied someone's ideas, right? Like some people get sued just for using the same melodies and shit like that, right? But this song was never like really released at all, or even had
released,
or like, even an intention of it even being released at all. You feel me? Like it sounds like to me, well, like when you make a demo track, like I'm not expecting this person to make an actual track out of it, you know? That's more so of him getting all elements already of tracks he's made, putting it in a pack, and then showing you like, hey guys, these are the samples that I've used, and here's an example how you can make a track.
I can see a lot of projects, sample packs being developed from that. Like, oh, like maybe I won't publicly. This is not a track, but this could be of use for like a sample pack or something, and you just stem it out, and you just package it as a sample pack or whatever.
And then now you're giving it out as royalty free. So right there, as soon as you make that decision, like, okay, I'm just using this for the sample pack royalty free, I feel like that's where you got to be like, all right, it's not mine no more. People can use it however they feel. You feel me? Because it's like when you say you gave it to the label, all right, I'm done with it. The label could do whatever. It's theirs now. I'm signed to a label. Like, it's their product now. That's basically what's happening when someone buys their pack.
Right.
You're giving it to someone else. It's theirs now. It is what it is. Whatever they do with it is what they do with it. If they put it in a movie, they put it in a movie. It's theirs. It's what they do with it. You feel me? Like, he can't get mad at that because it's like, bro, like he did it with your sound. Like, he did what you wanted him to do. He took your sounds and made it big, popular. Why do you make a sample pack? There you go. There you go. So right there off the back, answer it, or however you want to answer it, because any way you answer it,
I mean, I guess
leads to what Homeboy did.
I guess it'd be just because there's a certain amount of samples that I liked using and I wanted to share it with others, and so
why not make a track? Why do you have to get each individual element and give it to people when you could just give it to people in a track?
I mean, I could do that in a track, yeah.
Then why are you making a sample pack?
For people to use the samples.
For people. There you go.
Right.
Homeboy did it.
Right.
Exactly how you told him to do it, or exactly how with the demo he did it exactly the way you told him to do it.
Yeah, and I'm personally expecting to see different results.
It's not your expectation. Yeah, that's what that's what you're expecting. You feel me? But you gotta expect everything now, bro. Like, and because I put that demo track in the pack, bro, I can't get mad no more, bro. Like, that legit. Like, I made that conscious decision to be like, I'm not using this track for anything no more. This is it. Like, this version of whatever this track is done. Like, it's for free use now. Like, legit, it's for their use now. It's not for my use anymore. Like,
is it kind of like
you're monetizing it by him paying you? So he already paid you.
Is this touch like the same ground as like beats that are out there on YouTube and like rappers like getting the beats and then like actually like officially like,
yeah, you buy it,
right?
You could lease it. You're not leasing the sample pack.
No,
I bought the sample pack, bro. It's my beat now. You didn't lease me the beat. We didn't do no contract together where you're holding 25%. No, motherfucker, I bought this shit. It's mine now. Then that's how you have to look at those sample packs now. Like, it's not yours no more, bro. It's everyone else's. You feel me? You made it, but you don't own it no more.
Right.
And that's the case. And that's where Homeboy took advantage of that person's fucking demo track. You feel me? Just don't make a fire ass demo track, bro. Like, that's it. Like, you can show people like your samples are dope. You feel me? Like, that's it. Like, you feel, but bro,
demo tracks will be slapping.
Tell me the way I broke it down though doesn't make sense. Like, it makes, well, what do you like? Does that not make sense?
Business wise, yeah.
Even I get it. Even artistic, yeah. I don't know, bro. Yeah. Nah, bro. Because look, say you made a beat, right? You made a beat and you sold it, right? You sold your beat.
Yeah. Okay.
Then they put it in a movie. How are you feeling?
Well, if I'm selling something,
no, you sold it to someone. No, you sold it to someone.
Oh, like
no, there is no details,
all the
bro.
rights to it.
Someone came up to you and said, "Hey, bro, let me buy your beat," and you don't know this person from a can of paint, bro. And you're just like, all right, this much money. That's just what you settled on, right?
Yeah.
That's just what you settled on. Now this motherfucker puts it in a movie. He gets sync licensing deals for it. You can't feel no type of way because you already put a price on it.
Right.
When I made this sample pack, I already put a price on it. Mm-hmm. So now I can no longer get mad if this motherfucker takes it and puts it somewhere else and gets more money, more whatever the fuck the case may be. It's his now. It's not mine. You feel me? Like that's how you gotta see that shit. And that's how I'm kind of looking at it. And it's fucked up. Like, I get it, bro. I'd be pissed. I'd be heated. I'd be like, like. But at the end of the day, like, bro, I understand how that shit works. And that's why I couldn't be mad. But that's also a reason why, like, certain shit's not for free. You feel me? That's why.
That's true.
So I don't make,
or for like just public.
That's why I don't make packs, fam. Like, I don't know. So I don't make dent. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, that's just what it is.
I mean, honestly, too. Like, I don't know. I'm not sure if this is with you too, but like, I've had people even tell me like, "Hey, dude, like I'm down for you to like, I'll pay you to help me like write some of my music." I'm just like, bro, to be honest, like, I'm just way too stubborn, like, to write other people's shit. Like, you know, like I don't know. Like, for me, it's just like, it
depends.
This is more like me and my personal preference. Like, if I was gonna throw like a sample pack, it's very hard for me to not have like an agreement in there that'd be like, hey, if you do use this like as like a release distribution, like, I would like to at least get like credited.
But you did. You released a sample pack before.
Oh yeah.
And let me ask you, if you heard a line in that like a 4-bar from the demo track you made in another person's track, how you gonna feel? Can you feel a type of way?
Nah, well, they could like get in there, like, just take the track.
Now, what happens if they took that track and released it? How you gonna feel?
It doesn't matter what I feel. Like, you can't do shit about it.
And you weren't gonna do anything with it.
No, not at all.
So you could only feel salty at yourself at that point. You feel me? So, like, the person who did the, like, as that producer that made the pack, you can only feel salty to yourself now. You feel me?
Right.
Like, you fucked up. Take the L. You feel me? But from the other person though, like, as that producer that did that shit, hey, bro, ain't no one gonna take you seriously out here. Ain't no one gonna show you a dub plate. Ain't no one showing you shit from here on out. You feel me? Like, that's gonna be the receiving end for him is everyone's gonna look at him as a fucking, like, someone that just copies beats. So that's his punishment. Like, no one's gonna look at him serious. But he already got the label release. You feel me? Like, it is what it is. I mean, if the label wants to do something about it, that's on them.
Well, I believe the label.
Yeah. It all now falls in the labels.
Yeah, because a lot of times if it's a label release, it falls in the label.
That's what I'm saying. Now it falls up to the label what they want to do. Mm-hmm. So it's not the producer who made the the PAC's decision. It's no longer the guy who sent it to the label's decision. Ultimately, now like it's the label's decision on what they want to do with that track and how they want to do splits and shit like that.
Doesn't this story sound similar to what Christian Busto had told us about Alvaro and like Pitbull? Wasn't it like some shit like kind of similar too?
Yeah.
Like it was like Pitbull had like asked for like a track from somebody and then he had released it under his. But Pitbull could have like now that we're talking, Pitbull didn't have to like reach out to that producer because the producer was making
because
fuzz,
they already said because they already bought
right,
the track exactly,
or
bro.
Maybe not necessarily bought it, but they were gifted.
They had they had the rights already.
Yeah, or like there was no like the producer that had made the beat just didn't have nothing set up for him to be protected in terms of him receiving whatever he wants to receive out of like a collaboration like that. Yeah, I mean honestly, fucking. You stay wrapped up, you know, like with the
stay dangerous, fam. But it's just crazy to think though, like, cause like, it's crazy now because Anish,
it's
bro.
crazy what you say too. About
5 years ago,
about all this music business.
Bro, legit, 5 years ago, if we would have seen this story or Twitter thing, whatever the case may be, right? Bro, we would have been losing I would have been losing my shit. I'd been pissed. I'm like, oh hell no, like what the fuck? Like, oh no, fuck this dude. Like, my mentality would have been so different, but I feel like after now knowing the things that I know about music and all that, like it just real put like any story like that now, before I make actual judgment, I always like think, all right, what's the business? What's the business? Before I even think artistry or anything like that, in my mind, I'm like, all right, what's the business behind this? What's the business? Because behind every fucking big success or music success, there's some business going on behind it, or you know, like there's always some type of music. With any track that you know right now in your phone, there's some type of music business that gone on in the background to make that shit pop or whatever the case may be. Even when you do your tracks, bro, like and you release your tracks, bro, there's some business going on before like you releasing your track and shit like that. Like the way you release your music, the way you get your art. That's all that's music business. You feel me? That's the shit that falls under business.
That's all like the shit that
how you choose to market.
And it's crazy because a lot of the shit that how you want to maneuver business wise, you're not really concrete with a lot of things that you want to do business wise until you get a lot of that experience, or you see like a lot of these situations unfold. You're like, oh damn, like. Okay, maybe if I don't want this happening to me, then maybe I should do this or I should go about that. Because, yeah, making music and then, like, having the file is one thing, but actually, like,
what you want to do with that file?
Yeah, like, what do you want? Do you not want people? If you don't want people to monetize off of that shit, then there's a procedure out there that you could do. You could register your song, do all these copyright steps to make sure that if anyone does want to monetize off of that shit, you at least are getting whatever that you are wanting. I think this was something good that happened in the sense that I think a lot of music producers are becoming a lot more curious as to how a lot of the music business works. Like because yeah, going back to what you said, even myself, like now, like acknowledging everything, like there really isn't no legal issue with what that particular producer did in terms of releasing the track. For example, if the sample pack didn't disclaim. If like you're not supposed to use a demo track for release, then yeah, you could release that shit however you like. Now, how you're seen as an artist, different story.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
In terms of what you do, as part of like you releasing music, and it may not be like ultimately like coming from your artistry. What the execution that happened is not necessarily it's not illegal or it's not like this is just another demonstration of how the music business is.
Yeah,
and like what you could do or what you could do like without actually, because yeah, Twitter and like whatever social media they
that's
got
just an opinion.
They got their fucking pitchforks and they're complaining and shit, right? And the people that are complaining,
and Twitter's just one small demographic that's complaining, bro. There's some people that don't even use Twitter but are still gonna listen to the fucking music, and they're not gonna know if it got stolen or whatever the case may be. They just like the fucking music.
You know, it's crazy too when this particular case happened with that producer. There was a lot of other specifically a lot of other labels that were like tuning in, and they were saying, "Oh, we're about to make a video in 2 weeks about other artists that have used our demo tracks for official releases." I'm just like,
Oh, so
oh
y'all been
shit!
and see and look,
You
fuck the labels,
Well,
man.
what about this? Well, I'm still waiting for that video because this just recently happened. This
Like
particular
a week
label,
or two ago.
yeah. So this label, I think they're called Excellent Audio or something like that. They do like rhythm dubstep samples, and they had gone on like on a thread saying that, oh, like this shit has been going on for a minute. Like we're about to put a lot of artists on blast for them using our demos, like completely using our demos. And I'm just like, well, like what is your sample pack saying? Like, because I think a lot of what you like when you're buying a sample pack, I like to believe there's a section in the description of like your flexibilities. Like in that description, it usually tells you like if it's royalty free, right? So like it really just depends on that description of the sample pack.
Okay,
What's
bro.
it stating? Like,
So you're right,
it's crazy.
and it's like, bro.
Like your wording,
Bro, we've put out a sample pack, and
Yeah.
what did we write? No, we didn't write
nothing.
exactly,
Yeah,
bro.
we-
So like, that's what I'm saying. People are doing the exact same shit that we did, and not realizing exactly what the fuck they're actually doing.
Maybe we should like if we don't, yeah, like because we never think about. We have never heard of any of these kinds of scenarios. We've heard of
And that's why-
plagiarism.
And see, that's why, like, I was asking you
tracks, like,
earlier, like, why do you make a sample pack? Why did we make the sample pack? Like, for what reason? Like, it's for promotion for us. At the same time, like, it was a lot of reasons why you put out a sample pack, right? But I don't think at the end of the day we were we're just never expecting that shit to really fucking blow the fuck up at all. And you're not expecting someone to take that shit and fucking take it to a label. You feel me? Like, you're just like, damn, like.
Back then, no, but now I'm fucking like, okay, you know what? Don't know your intentions. Copyright.
It's crazy though. Like I feel like we're just hella jaded though now. Like when it comes to this shit, like, bro, I can't even feel.
Fuck, and it's just like
I don't even feel sorry for people no more, bro. Like it's crazy. Like this when you brought it up, I know you were thinking like I was just gonna be like, yeah, it's fucked up, blah blah blah.
No.
I'm just usually so jaded, dog. I can't.
That's why I asked you the question because I know that you wouldn't. Because I know you wouldn't have brought up. I know you would have acknowledged it, like from the artist side.
Yeah.
But like, you brought up like the music business side of it. That's why I wanted to ask you that question because I don't think many people acknowledge that side of what that scenario.
Because that side is like
because that's not some
unknown
shit
to people,
exactly,
bro.
That's what
like,
I'm saying, like,
who gives a like?
Like it's really I do feel sorry.
You know what's crazy?
Again, it's like fuck ignorance.
Well,
a lot of times is what really hurts people, like when it comes to them putting their work as public for people to use creatively, royalty free type shit.
You know what I've been hearing? I need to do more research into this because I don't know like how. I feel like I know somewhat that this is like really definitely a true thing.
Yeah.
But so people running these booking agencies, everyone like who works at booking agencies and shit like that.
Uh-huh.
I heard that like there are a lot of the same people at a lot of different booking agencies, and it's a lot of the same heads like telling people what to do and whatnot. So like it's real life gatekeepers out here. Like
yeah, bro. Yeah. Yeah, bro. Yeah.
I don't like that you said that because you have some shit on your mind, but you're not gonna say it. What's up? Nah,
bro. Like, no, I've said this before, like in previous podcasts, especially with dealing on the booking side of things on low end. Like, just like how these email conversations are, like, there's a lot of people CC'd, BCC'd, and I've had several conversations. And this is like live entertainment side of things, right? This is not the label side of things, but I noticed a lot of these names. And they're really common in a lot of these other different booking agencies, and a lot of times they might have different nicknames, but they all like represent like it's bro. Trust me, we should not to say that there's no actually gatekeeping in the scene. It's bullshit. There's definitely an orchestra like happening behind the scenes where booking agencies they're trying to do what's best for the roster and the people that work for them. And the way they're doing that is trying to control the narrative and control dynamics that are happening in live. I see this on the low end side of things too, when people try to pitch me certain artists and they try to package certain artists too. Like, it's they're pretty persistent, these booking agencies, and like who they want, like these certain artists in certain markets, right? Like I dude, just gatekeeping, bro. Like, I haven't seen it too. Just gatekeeping.
Well,
Bro.
like we know it's happening.
It's
It's
acknowledge
happening
it.
for
Like
sure.
for those that are like just up and coming, like new, started EDM, like the journey, like just this year, like this. Acknowledge that a lot of the shit that's happening that you might be suspicious about, it's a lot of times it is happening.
How do we get around it?
It's all gonna have to be, bro. Like it's all within ourselves, bro. Like it's what's making these booking agencies like book these certain artists and push these certain artists. You know, we'd have to see ourselves within like our brands if we want to be like within that controlled like dynamic narrative. Because yeah, bro, it's a lot of these management agencies, teams, these promoters, like certain. I mean, we don't just see this from the major scale. We see it from like even the smaller scale of like things, even like local shows and local labels and collectives. Like it's all a lot of nepotism, and it's true. Like we all have a certain like people that we like.
Can you define nepotism for me real quick?
It's just a like favoritism, bro. Like just to put it, yeah, just to put it like, just to say it in a more professional way, like nepotism, like it's really present, not just in EDM, but like in a lot of industries, bro. Like, and it's not wrong, bro. Like, definitely put your people on, but that's something that definitely I'd say, you know, a lot of people say everybody there's plenty for everyone, bro. Everyone can eat. That is true, but I don't believe that everyone wants to help you eat at the time you want to eat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I believe people would like to help, but people want to rather help other people that are bringing in the food. Like, I don't know. It's like hard to explain that, express that analogy, but it's like there's gatekeeping, a lot, you know, nepotism happening, and like just like not just to acknowledge that that's happening, and then we could get to the other things of what we're lacking, like as art, like as artists. I don't know, like we all have like our own goals as what we want to do, like in our music career. If you want to make it a career at all, right? Some people do it as a hobby, so they're not really too stuck on like that whole like gatekeeping. Maybe people just want to be a bedroom producer and they're finding great results, like releasing independently. But how to get around the gatekeeping, bro? I don't think I'm qualified just yet for me to really specifically say that, bro. But I know for sure, like getting on one of these like
You're qualified.
booking agencies, like it really puts you in the circuit, bro. Like if you're trying to get live shows, opportunities, like yeah, bro, connections, like it. You know, I know it's like very. You hear this shit a lot. Connections, and it's true. Like it really is. True.
Let me ask you something. How does, if you're not an insomniac, how does someone solidify themselves and say there's something? Like how do we look at someone now and be like, oh, that's gonna be a name. That's a name now.
Like if you don't have
that
insomniac.
Yeah. Because bro, like the way I've been seeing it is, bro, there's a lot of people out here that are getting some pretty decent label releases, decent plays, like on their streams and stuff. They'll get people to come out to their shows and whatnot. Facts, and I'm looking at it and I'm just like, yeah, like I don't. What is it that's not grasping everyone's attention? But then, like, I see when someone gets booked at like one of these big shows or like an Insomniac event
or Space Yacht or like,
and then people look at them like, oh shit, like, oh, this is the person. Yeah. But until they get that, it's none of it.
Yeah, bro.
Why is that?
I don't know. It's one of those things where like, it's another one of those like, why is it that certain shows that we're like placed on, there's like of an importance of how we're seen as artists, right? Like, I like to think it's a little different if I'm playing for just like a local regular bar in Pomona or Corona or Riverside versus I'm playing like Space Yacht in LA. I like to think there's like a level of like, okay, like Space Yacht has booked several artists. Credible artists that the majority of their pickings, like they do come with their own thing, and it's like I don't know, like,
you know what's crazy? So when we first started the podcast, we were talking about Insomniac starting to monopolize.
Word.
We're in it. We're in the monopolized state of Insomniac now. Like, if you've become a big company, you're partnering with Insomniac. That's the thing. That's what's going on right now, right?
Smart from Insomniac side, very smart.
And the only places to get, fuck, bro. The only places to get validified at are when you play at like an academy, an exchange, when you play for like group chat, when you play at like SD Nova for like an Insomniac event and shit like that. Because even group chat, they're partnered with Insomniac, right?
Yeah.
Like, bro, and that's the only shit that people like focus on, like, is if Insomniac's on it or whatever the case may be, right? But I think in the next maybe 2 years, I say in the next 2 years, you're gonna see a lot of people not partnering with Insomniac. I feel like just from the gauge of how warehouse raves and these underground shows are starting to pop up and do really good now, I see a lot of people don't like going to these big festivals really like that. Like, they don't like that it's fucking all super corporate and super like gimmicky almost, you know? Like, that's what it's starting to be now. It's very gimmicky. Like, these festivals, everything on the lineup, it's super gimmicky. And at first, I was super down for it because, like, the way I thought about it, I was like, oh, no, these artists are just being, like, real creative with their art and their music and stuff like that. Like, they're just putting visuals to their music and really, like, diving into it. But then I started realizing, oh, no, a lot of people are doing this now for the gimmick, because they think the gimmick is what's going to get them on these stages, is what's going to like set them aside from the people. And now they're more focusing on that part rather than both the music and the artistry like being something dope together, you know?
Yeah, because you could do that both. And we've seen artists.
Prime example, like we could give, like, and some of this just pops into my head, is a Flume, bro. Like, he does it and he's being artistful. Like, he's putting art together. And then I see some people that do it and I'm just like, it's just the color scheme, I think. Like,
that shit helps.
Yeah, like, I'm just like, damn, like, you don't, this isn't, you're just doing this to stand out. And I get it. That's the way to do it. Like, you're supposed to stand out at the end of the day, but like, you're not doing anything different besides the gimmick. You feel me? Like, your music you're making ain't nothing different. Like, you're not.
And people are just pulling up for your music because of the gimmick.
Exactly because of the gimmick.
I like that you bring it up because, like, as a music artist, for me, I always hope that, like, initially, like, you're messing with me because of my music. Like, it's a little hard for me because you see other artists that get into music, right? But they were big, like, previously in, like, in another industry, maybe acting or movies or, like, being a YouTuber. And it's like you see a lot of this, like, oh, like, I see the EDM market. Like, maybe I don't really have to, like, I can maneuver myself without having to really sacrifice too much of my artistic side and just really give into that. The gimmicky side of it. Because, yeah, like, nowadays, like, 2014 vibes versus, like, the current rave vibes, festival vibes, like, no, completely different, bro. Like, way less gimmicky than...
Bro, it's mainstream now.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people that, obviously, because of the ticket sales, a lot of people are liking the mainstream. Like, a lot of the newer ravers don't mind how it is. But we've been raving since 2014, we've been going to shows of, like, bigger shows like that, 2015, and, like, I like to think that the vibes are, like, a little different. And maybe when we're younger too, you know what I'm saying? But, like, it's like
I'm not gonna lie, like, the vibes, like, I really like how when festival season comes and, like, when a festival comes, I really like how the culture acts and whatnot, like, getting ready for, like, bro, I'm, at the past few weeks, like, my roommates and stuff have just been, like, having a bunch of their friends meet up here and then make candy and shit that.
Are they already out today?
Yeah, they're out right now. Yeah, like I really like that aspect. I like that culture, bro. There's a culture now. We have, like, it's cool to say, bro. Like, we have a fucking culture now, dog. This shit's our culture, bro. Like, it's not even like damn, we don't really fit in. Nah, bro. This is our shit. Like, this, damn.
Like, if you're not part of it, you don't fit in. Like, it's like, what?
Yeah, like, it's just like this is what it is. And, like, they have their own way of going about shit, right? But it's just
No, facts.
it's the other side. It's the producer side, bro. It's like it's that side that's really fucked up. And at the same time, gimmicks and all the cool stuff that pops and whatnot. Like I want to see it like at the big stage and all that, right? But I don't even want to see if it's like real authentic. Like I don't want to see unauthentic fucking work. Pretty much, you feel me? And like that's why I don't think I'll ever go like want to ever see Excision like that ever again. Like it's all gimmicks to me. Like every part of what he does, I feel like is gimmick.
Now it's just been like,
I get you. So I'm cool with that. Like there's certain artists that I just won't do no more. And you know what? But like, and this is why I'll champion like Getter, is because like he saw that, bro, and like I think what clicked it in for him was when he did put out his Viscera, right? That's the name.
The EP that everyone gave him criticism for.
Because he put both together, thinking, "Oh, this is what's gonna work."
Right.
But it didn't, and that's what like made him open up. Like, oh shit, there's a gimmick to all this. Like, to certain people, like you really gotta be gimmick. And I think that's what turned him off to EDM like a little bit, and made him do like his own shit. And like now, what he does, you can tell it's authentic. Like whenever he pops out somewhere, you could tell it's all 100% his image. Like what the fuck he wants to do. Like. It's no one like speaking in his ear about shit, like, and that's just one example. I'm pretty sure there's hella examples out there like that, right? But like when I see Excision, and I'm not hating on Excision, and I fuck with him, but
hater. Nah.
Whatever, fuck it, I'm a hater. I'll take that shit. But you could tell he's sacrificing some part of what he does to appeal to more people. You feel me? Like that's what I see a lot of people are doing.
That's when the business side of like if it kind of gets into it.
Yeah, bro, and I get it for a business aspect. That's what you need to do to get shit bigger. And like I said, I always commend that because he's pushing the culture into places that culture probably won't be. Mm-hmm. But I mean, that's not necessarily always a good thing. But like, I'm here for the authentic people, bro. Like for the people that are just like, you know?
Yeah.
Did it stop?
No, I don't think we started recording, bro.
Should we just stream it?
Yeah, but we get the save video on stream too.
Okay, for sure. But yeah, bro. Like at this point, like that's why I'm real picky with the people I choose to like. Bro, I'm not fans. It's crazy. When's the last time you became a fan of someone? A fan. The last person I could think, at least. I mean, you're a Beast Boy fan, yeah.
Yeah.
See,
well, let's describe a fan.
See, that's that. Like I don't remember the last time I became a fan of someone.
I get you.
Like an actual like, oh yeah, I respect everything this person's doing from the ground up. Like I could put my
let's describe a fan's behavior patterns. Like
I'm gonna check into everything you drop. Every link you put out, I'm going to every post. I'm gonna make sure like I'm checking in. I want to be the first to know about it.
It checks out, right? Okay, checks out.
I don't know any Skrillex, but that's not even new.
No, well, yeah, you can say you've been a long time fan of Skrillex.
I don't have any new people that I'm able to be like, no, everything they drop, I gotta be on. There's no one like that for me right now, and that's just.
Would you say in that since Borgor?
Yeah, for sure. And like, but I think that also comes into me like, I don't know, bro. I think maybe you could like relate. Like, it got to a certain point where I was like, oh, y'all motherfuckers are just like me. Y'all are just people that figured it out a little bit. I'm not gonna fan over you. Like I don't know. There's some part of me that switched that I'm like, I can't be your fan because I think I'm your peer. So I can't be your fan. Like there's something in my head clicked.
That makes sense.
And now I'm just like, all right, but I want to get that feeling still. Like, how do I get that feeling? But there's no new artist that I've really got that feeling for. And like,
I feel
maybe ISO, EXO, maybe Knock 2, maybe, but like I'm not. They're everywhere, bro, and they're always dropping, and I'm not caught up on anything they're doing. So I'm just like, who's those guys right now? Who are them guys right now?
Well, I think to be fair, back then there wasn't that much artists. I think now we are just so exposed to so many underground acts that our
That's
attention
true.
of devotion to an artist is just split. It's just so divided. It's
The
like
last person I seen that was that person was Murata and Sudden Death. Those were the last
okay.
people that I felt like people chose. Are those other people? And I think I'm kind of relating this to bass, but like
No, for sure. Because like some could say like for house it'd be like John Summit.
yeah,
Or even now like
Fred
KX5,
again, yeah,
James Hype.
James. But those are old names.
Yeah,
They're not even new names.
Oh, yeah,
you
well,
feel
you're
me?
right. You're right. Yeah,
John Summit, kind of, but like not. Nah, John Summit's pretty new.
It's kind of new.
John Summit's pretty new.
Compared to all the other artists that we've mentioned, fairly new.
But like, yeah, it's hard for me to think of those guys right now, bro. Like all the people that are even popping at fucking like festivals, bro. They've been in the festival game for years, dog. Like James, like I said, James Hype, he's been here for years. All these people that like Nitty, Say My Nitty, that's someone kind of new, right? Like that.
Oh, Say My Name at Nitty Gritty.
Yeah,
Say My Nitty.
that's them.
Say My, because there's Nitty Gritty, and then there's Say My Name, and then the duo Say My Nitty, bro. That's their duo. They out here, bro. They're squeezing. Hey, and like that's how I know that their contract's almost up, Hemi, because they're trying to squeeze it. They're trying to squeeze as much as they can.
That's who Say My Nitty is, bro.
I mean, it clicks, right? Say My Nitty.
I'm so fucking stupid, bro.
It makes sense, right? Yeah.
It's funny because I seen that name and I'm like, why do I feel like I know who this is? But I'm like, all right, whatever. And like my roommates are always like, oh yeah, Say My Nitty set was so fucking dope. And I'm just like, okay.
Say My Nitty. Say My Gritty. Which one's better? Say My Gritty. Say My Nitty. Say My Gritty.
Say My Nitty just sounds kinky. So
Say My Nitty.
yeah, I feel like that just sounds kinky as fuck. So
so appeal to it, yeah.
Yeah, right.
I mean, that's appealing to a lot of people. Yeah. Say my. I feel like I want to say my titties. You know.
Pause.
Say
But
my
not-
nitty, yeah.
But see, like that's not even a new name now. You feel me? So that's off my fucking list. Someone that I can't. And see. All right.
Yeah,
And
I've been thinking about it.
I'm gonna put a name out there, and I don't know if this person produces their music or not, and I don't want to say they don't. And this is wild for me. They're just catching a stray right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Catching a what?
Stray.
I
Like
see.
this is coming out of nowhere, bro. But this is because this name has been getting pushed hard and heavy at me out of nowhere. But Nostalgic, I think that's her name. Nostalgia.
Nostalgics?
Yeah, Nostalgics.
The
Orange
Face
hair.
House? Yeah.
I don't know if she's that person right now. I've listened to her music. I like it. It's good. But why is it getting pushed at me so hard right now?
It's
And-
like, it's a gatekeeping, bro.
And when shit like that is being pressed at me so hard, that's when it makes me think like, all right, why? What the fuck is going on here? Like, the music's cool. Like, don't get me wrong, the music's cool, but why? Like, why? And sometimes I'm just like, okay, well, if I'm ever like that, I gotta think like, okay, there's some business going on here that I just don't know about. Because Homegirl just started getting pushed, just started getting up on all these lineups and these slots, and I'm like, where did this come from? Like, I don't remember seeing her at any like small shows before. I don't remember any rumblings of this person, and then just Insomniac
It
shows.
happens like that, bro. Like,
But maybe I didn't see it, right? Maybe I didn't
No,
see
that-
that
that's
come
so
up
true.
and all that shit.
Exactly.
But like for that type of for the music she does and whatnot, I would have thought I'd at least heard one of her popping tracks
On
like
a
that.
night base or like
Something,
or somewhere.
something
Yeah,
like
'cause,
that.
You know, it's, if we're talking about nostalgics too, I don't think I've.
And like I said, this is a stray, bro.
I know. Look,
This
bro.
is
No,
stray.
I'm gonna. Nah, bro. Check this out, cause
Validate this shit for me, bro.
No,
Validate
I'm
it for
gonna
me.
justify our taste, bro. I like to think that we've always been on that shit, underground wise.
For sure.
Even if you're not local, I'd like to think we've always been knowing like what's exciting underground before it hits like at that level. So I do find it a little suspicious where like, you know, I didn't start hearing this music until she started like getting pressed to me, like how
Yeah.
I see the ads on my phone on Instagram,
And that's when I seen the ads is when I was like, let me see the music. Let me
There's
see
other
the
artists
music.
too that are being
But
presented.
you
in
know
the
what it
same
was
manner.
though? You know what it was that really got me to think that? It wasn't the music even, bro. Like it was the hair, the aesthetic behind it.
Yeah, for sure.
Like that looked very. It looks not looked because it looks great, bro. It looks fucking great. It looks dope. It just looks welly produced, and I don't know if that's all coming off of her. Like I'm hoping, bro. I'm hoping like nah, bro. Like this is all me. Like I'm hoping I see a tutorial video from her. Like you know, like I'm trying to like I just want to know where did that push come from. That's it.
When you say, I get what you're saying when you say push, because like, is this idea getting pushed by the artist and then to the team, or is it the team pushing the idea to the artist, and then the artist just has to be like, well, fuck it. I mean, we're already in this shit. Like, you know, like I that's what you mean, right? Like, because a lot of times you look at how shit's being executed with an artist, and you're like,
my guy's crazy, bro. This whole time you're just holding a fucking whole bottle, and you're just like, yeah, I'm going, bro. Y'all see this mother? Happy birthday, bro. Happy birthday.
nah, bro. A lot. There's a lot of puppeteering happening.
And you know what? We've heard that from a lot of the guests that come here. They're always like, oh, we'll talk about it after. Totally fucking goes over our head, right? We don't even talk about it. But then I see it from other people, bro. Like, or I hear from other people, like on social media and shit, like about like how EDM, you just need to be rich and have a look and just buy the track and then buy a mix. And
yeah,
like,
bro.
I'm just like,
the average listener is not digging that deep, and even if it were, a lot of times they don't care, bro. Oh, this artist is able to entertain me while I'm there at this set. Okay, I found out that this person doesn't necessarily make their own music, but is that gonna?
It's not even, bro. Know, people don't even find that out. Like
that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of projects that are doing this, and then I'm sure they know that they're like, it's not being authentic. It's too groomed, like the way like they're going about it. But they know they could do it like at this very groomed way, because the audience, the demographic of this industry, you know, they're not necessarily asking, I guess, those kinds of questions. They're not digging like on that aspect of it. Like they just see the final product. Okay. And they're like, okay, like
let's look at it from consumer side then.
Right.
And then industry side.
Right. We talked about
what do we want to see? Just a consumer? Say we're just consumers. Yeah, we don't want to know anything about these artists. What do we want to see and hear? Do we want to see and hear all the polished? Do we want to see everything polished and clean and all that as a consumer?
I guess well, if we're just talking about like a regular EDM show,
consumer, yeah. We're looking for everything to be clean.
I don't think I want that shit to be like dirty or. I mean, if it's an underground event, I know what I'm expecting. But if I'm going to a regular EDM show, I mean, I like to think shit's clean. That's why I mean. I think it all comes into play, like how you look and stuff.
Why do we like the underground shit?
Because a lot of times it doesn't feel like going back to like
gritty.
It doesn't have that corporate like oh damn, I think we need to like be on our best behavior. And you know what? Type shit.
I think that only applies to us because we've seen, like, we know what it is to get the polished look and all that, right? And that's not necessarily artistry anymore. You feel me? And okay,
it's sacrifice.
But watch this though. Like,
people are sacrificing
art, right?
Right.
There's an art to getting an image to as many people as possible, right? Just doing that alone, doesn't matter what that image is, whatever the case may be, but getting it to a wide amount of people, being able to say I have a connection of this many people is an art in itself, right? Yeah. Being able to say like I have a connection of this many people, like that's an art within itself, right? So now add on, okay, we'll have this connection. Now I want them to listen to this music and I want them to like it. And I want them to see this image and I want them to like it. It doesn't matter what that image or what that sound is, right? That's pretty hard, right? Just to get people to look at whatever those two... to get a shitload of people to look at anything. it's hard as fuck, right? So there's an art into pushing whatever the case may be, whatever it is, to everyone. So I understand, like, there is still an art to these gimmicks and the reason why it's working and shit, right? Like, as much as like we're those underground artists, bro, and like we want to hate on that shit, because I want to hate on it, bro. Like, I want to hate on it, bro. Like, nah, like, fuck that. That's not real. That's all like corporate shit. Like, but watch this. If I was like that, I'd be a techno head. But I'm not. You feel me? Because at the same time, bro, I respect it so fucking much. Like we have to, bro. Like, at the end of the day, bro, like, we have to respect. And you wanting to get your Husky image and everything to a shitload of people, just like everyone else is doing, there's an art to it, right? And if you could, if you got to do, I don't know. I'm not saying if you got to do it, this is what you'll do, but like, there's ways of doing it. And if you see your image and you could follow those ways in your image, like, why not do it, right? Like, if I could get my vision to this many people, why not sacrifice a little bit? You feel me?
No, and I think when you tackle it from that way, it has to be done, the sacrifice. Otherwise, you won't get to that particular at the end of that route. Because yeah, I mean, you hear about it all the time where artists like, yeah, well, like, this was cool, but I didn't, like, I wasn't really fully like too on this one, but I knew like like me having to sacrifice certain things like would get it to much more ears or much more exposure. Like, yeah, bro. I mean, that's and that's very important. I think also too I think that's also the reason why. Like, we talk about Insomniac monopolizing too. Like, they not only just monopolizing venues, but they're putting these artists on the contracts. Like, hey, when we put you on the contract, you're not just understand what you're signing to. I'm not saying this is it, but a lot of these contracts, like, they're getting these image rights from these artists, and so this is not image rights. Is not something that's just happening in EDM. It's happening everywhere. Actors, especially like sports, like when a player's being like put on, like if Real Madrid wants to put
your agency, bro.
Yeah, like whatever, yeah, anything. Like,
everyone, bro. So soccer players have sports agents. They're signed to agencies, bro. They need someone to handle all the fucking corporate shit. I'm just a soccer player. Or I'm just a baseball player. You feel me?
Right.
Like, every industry has an agency that an actor has an agent, bro, that if they want to stay with their agency, they have to keep an appearance. They have to fit in that agency still. Yeah. You feel me? So like you feel to fit in, like, you really just gotta fucking like
great combo. Oh, yeah, we got runs with
Turtle.
Hey, true. What's up?
Regular on here.
But like, you really just gotta fucking like sacrifice some part of what you're doing to fit in to wherever you're trying to fit in, bro. Like, but at the same time, it's like, I want to be on a label. I want to be on Bygor, bro. Like, at the end of that's one of my things to do, right? I want to be on Bygor.
Okay.
You could look at it this way: I'm sacrificing things to get on Bygor, or am I working at things to get to Bygor? You feel me? How you could look at that in two different ways?
Yeah.
Like, I'm sacrificing making maybe, like, you can maybe look at it like this: I'm sacrificing making melodic music to make fucking heavy aggressive music. Mm-hmm. You could look at me saying I'm sacrificing, or you could look at it as me, oh no, I'm working towards building my sound so I could get it on Bygor. Mm-hmm. Am I sacrificing something, or am I building towards something? You feel me? So it all comes in like a perspective on how people are looking at what you're doing. People could be like, oh no, he's sacrificing his image so he could be wherever the case may be. Or no, I'm building another image so I could get my brand to where I need it to be. You feel me? I'm not sacrificing nothing. I'm building what I need to build. You feel me? So like, it could all be looked at it as whatever side you're on, So